Welcome back to our channel, guys.
So we are just doing you a short video on our top tips for Turkey. This is it's not an extensive list, it's just a list of things that we found from our first van life tour of Turkey. So things that we think might help you. I am going to pop my glasses on because the glare is quite bad, so do apologise. So
number one.
Yeah, number one. So insurance. So we read a few comments while we were in Greece, and we hadn't sorted our insurance out for the van, but you do need to have insurance to go into Turkey. Your general insurance from the UK will not cover you to go to Turkey. Hear lots of things about the green card, and that some people do say that covers you for the European side, but obviously we were going into the Asia side, so it didn't cover us to go into there. So we will pop you the phone number for a gentleman we spoke to called Mark. He works for Ikamet Insurance. Try not to Google it yourself because there are a lot of scammy websites that pretend that Ikamet. So if you are coming over to Turkey, I will drop you Mark's contact number. Just drop him a WhatsApp. He's really, really helpful. And it turns out sometimes it's cheaper than buying it at the border. You get your information on an email, so you can save it to your phone. You can print it off. Although we did print ours, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we got somebody in Greece the morning that we were crossing over the border to print it for us.
It's only just so we got all the documents with you.
Yeah, just so that we got it all together because we weren't sure. Mark said to get it printed if we could, so we did. I did pass on the details to somebody else on Facebook, and they managed to get across the border with it just on their phone. So I think it's hit and miss. If you feel more comfortable having it printed, then get it printed. But yeah, I'll pop Mark's number. He's very nice, very thorough. He'll ask you lots of questions, and he'll get you on your way. So that's
okay. So our advice for tip number two.
Okay, so when you come into Turkey, you are going to need some sort of toll sticker because you are a foreign vehicle. They expect you to buy the toll sticker. It's a little sticker that you put in your windscreen just below your mirror if you have one. It's called a HGS sticker. I'll pop your photograph on as well of ours. You will need to just buy it from the closest PTT. If you're coming through Uppsala, there's one not far after the border that we found, and that's where we got ours from. And you will need to pop some Turkish lira on there. We put 840 Turkish lira. I think it was just because we'd got euros, so we just bought the sticker, had some euros turned into Turkish lira, and put some on the toll tag. Okay, we didn't use the toll sticker until we got closer to Istanbul, and then the tolls were very expensive. So the bridges are really expensive, so if you can avoid them, try and do that. But if not, you will need to...
You can pay when you...
Yeah, we came on one from Bursa to Istanbul, and that one cost us around £16, which was more than what was on our HDS sticker, so we had to pay that one by card. Tip number 3 is around shopping, your food and grocery shopping.
Yeah, we went to Migros, which if you get one of these, costs you no more than 10 Turkish lira. It's a bit like a Morrison's More card or a Tesco Club card, and this gives you discounts on different items in the shop, and sometimes it's half the price, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not much you're saving, but it's still saving money. So if you do go to Migros, get one of these cards. It will save you money in the long run. So say on a 10-litre bottle of water, you were probably 95 Turkish lira, but with this card, we were getting them at 54 Turkish lira. So yeah, it does save you quite a bit of money.
Yeah, it does. And you think like toilet rolls.
It does after 3 months.
Yeah. Yeah, and when you go in, it's the same as like Tesco or any supermarket back in the UK. It'll tell you the price before the Migros card and the price with the Migros card. So it definitely is worth getting one. You won't be able to register it because you haven't got a Turkish address. I've tried multiple times and failed. So they do run out after about a month, we think, because we've had 3 in the time that we've been there.
And always give it to them before you put your shopping up. When you put your shopping on, before they start scanning, just tell me you've got a Migros card, and they will scan it first, and they'll tell you if it's still valid.
Yeah. Okay.
Number 4.
So our next tip for you is when you are withdrawing cash from the ATM machines, like any other country, some of them do charge you. We have found that we have been using a Hayes Money travel card, and we have found by using that and by going to the ATM, the Halk Bank ATMs, I'll put the name on there as well, those do not charge you a fee to withdraw the cash. So use those.
Yeah, we will like to put on Help Bank because there's one that's called Ak Bank.
And Yaki Bank, and
people try to send you that instead of Help Bank. So.
But they do, and it's quite expensive. So we were finding if we were drawing sort of £200,
it's charging us like £30 sometimes.
Well, yeah, I think it's 16. The more you draw, the more it'll charge you because it's a percentage. So just be careful and try and find the Halk Bank. If you put it into Google and you put Halk Bank, then obviously you'll find it. So use Halk Bank.
Number 5. We noticed that a lot of emergency vehicles, police, ambulance, fire, they all drive around with their beacons flashing constantly. So if everyone's behind you, don't panic thinking you're being pulled over. You're not. It's just how they are in Turkey. But if you are being pulled over, they will sound the siren just to acknowledge to you that they want to pull you over. But we never got stopped anyway, did we?
No, we didn't.
And
no.
there is quite a lot of, I would say, stop checks with the gendarme and the police.
Yeah.
It's 2 different ones. But the gendarme technically just trying to check your passport. But most of the time with us, we had a British plate. They just waved us on saying, come straight through. But they don't want the hassle of trying to sort of
speak English
or
to you,
the passport bit. But yeah, don't panic if there's one behind you, it's lights flashing. If it wants you to stop, it'll stop you. Yeah. Sound the siren.
And also take precaution, the same as you do in any other country. If somebody is flashing you, if it is a genuine police vehicle, they will be happy to follow you into a safe place. If you don't feel safe, just signal to them that you've seen them and pull over somewhere safe where there's more people if that makes you feel safer. Yeah. But again, we didn't need to pull over at all. We never got stopped by the police, and we exited through the border with no fine, so we did all right.
Yeah. Number 6, van lifers, people with caravans, they all have either a chemical toilet waste or some now have got the eco toilet. But chemical wastes, we thought we might struggle in Turkey, but we found it quite easy actually. A lot of the mosques will have a toilet outside, so you don't need to go in the mosque. But they do allow you to empty your chemical toilet in the toilet in there. But obviously, please be respectful. Clean any mess up after yourselves, as you would anywhere else. But we did find campsites as well.
Yeah.
With facilities to empty the chemical toilet. So you shouldn't have any problems with your chemical toilet whatsoever.
Yeah.
Tip number 7.
So Park for Night app. It works absolutely fantastic in Turkey, just the same as we've found that it does anywhere else. There are loads and loads of places where you can park next to the sea, beautiful, beautiful spots, and it is quite tolerated. Obviously, please, please, please respect the place. Do not leave your rubbish, take it with you. There is loads of bins throughout Turkey, loads of the metal bins. So please use them. Yeah. Do not leave your rubbish. Don't have campfires and things like that. It's a hot country. If you're around trees, they are going to set fire. It's so warm.
Yeah. But you will see a lot of litter when you stop at these places, but that's just them. But don't think it's good to leave your litter.
No. Tip number 8, gas bottle. Over to you.
Okay, so we have a Campy Gas 907, which unfortunately ran out after a week. Thought we'd struggle getting gas, but we didn't. Went into our hardware store and they do a 2 kilogram gas bottle, which fits our regulator, same regulator as a 907 gas bottle. £3, 350 Turkish lira, which is about £7 for your deposit, and then it was 250 Turkish lira to fill the gas up, which is about £5. We've had 3 since we've been here in 3 months, and yeah, they work great. So if you do think you're going to struggle with gas, just go in a hardware store. They will help you as much as they can.
Yeah, there's loads of places. Sometimes when you drive past the little markets, they've got them outside, so you'll find them. It's easy to find.
And the same price everywhere.
Yeah.
250 Turkish lira.
Yeah, we find that, to be honest, about Turkey. A lot of the stuff is a general price, so yeah. No need to shop around.
Tip number 9. It's more about the letters and the alphabet, really.
Yeah.
This is what we
struggled at first, but yeah. So we'll put them on the screen for you as well. But a C with a little, I don't even know what it's called. What's it called?
Little squiggly line.
The squiggly line. We'll put it on the screen. That is pronounced ch. An S with one of those is pronounced sh. So, for instance, we went to a place called Chalish, and we were constantly calling it Callis. It wasn't Callis at all, it was Chalish. Okay. They don't pronounce their C's. So if you see something beginning with a C, just without any pronunciation underneath it, then that is pronounced as a J. I'm sure Paula, if I wouldn't mind just saying this. So their surname is Tuncer, and it's spelled Tuncer, but it's pronounced J. So your mosques look like they're spelled like cami, but they're actually jammy. Okay. And also there is no W in the Turkish alphabet, so you won't see any words with a W in. Okay.
Okay, number 10. A lot of people do travel van life with dogs. In Turkey, there is a lot of street dogs, a lot of cats.
Stray cats.
Yeah, but to be fair, the dogs don't bother you at all.
No.
Most of the time they're asleep in the day.
They didn't us, because obviously we don't travel with any pets.
But we met a few people with dogs, and they didn't have any problems.
Yeah, they were okay.
They do bark at each other sometimes, just the territory. At night time, just warning other dogs that this is the territory. But other than that, you go to feed them. They're very timid when you go to feed them. We've had quite a few. They back away, let you put the food in, and then they come back and drink the water, eat the food.
Yeah. And when they know it's done, when they know the food is gone, they just walk off and they go to the next person.
Yeah. So don't be afraid of the street dogs.
Yeah, because you will see them in bars, restaurants, cafes and things like that, because the restaurant feed them as well.
And most of them are clipped.
Yeah, if they've got little clips on their ear, then they are monitored by
the government.
The government, I think it is. And they just make sure that obviously they're neutered, they're vaccinated, etc., etc. So, yeah. Our next tip.
So, number 11
is about the mosquitoes. You will find them. They are around. We have used lots of mosquito spray, so much so that we had to get some more. This is the thing to get. It's called Off. Okay, we will put a bit.
So we'll make them off.
Yeah. Well, I didn't get bit that much, to be fair. Nice butterflies just flew to the camera. That was really nice. So yeah, Off is available and works really well. If you obviously you're not going to be buying things like jungle formula over in Turkey. It's either going to be very expensive or you're not going to find it. So Off is the one, and it's really nice. It doesn't leave a sticky layer either, so that's all good. So another thing to consider as well is we have heard lots and lots and lots of people go, well, I'm not going to Turkey because it's so expensive. Turkey is still very much cheaper than Europe. We have found it reasonable. It's the only time in our 16 months of traveling so far where we've actually stuck to the budget. And, you know, it's just about sometimes shopping around. Obviously in your bigger places, like your touristy places like Cappadocia, it was very expensive, but you can shop around. You can get things a little bit cheaper. Just don't eat out in the touristy places if you're on a budget. But I don't know, I think we heard lots of negative comments about Turkey, and everything that we came across was nothing like the comments that we'd heard. So keep an open mind, go and explore it for yourself.
Well, we did find within a couple of days that everybody was really welcoming,
Really welcoming,
very
yeah.
friendly, hospitable.
Yeah.
If you got a problem, they try help you out.
Yeah, they would.
Just a really lovely country to come and visit.
Yeah, you can walk past people in the
definitely
street.
coming back.
Yeah, you can walk past people in the street and say merhaba, which is hello, and you know, everybody will say it back to you. We've not met anybody that really didn't say hello, at least. And yeah, okay, you are dressed slightly differently. It's not as bad as it used to be years ago, apparently. But I have walked around in my shorts. Most places, obviously, in the mosques, you've got to cover up. That's to be expected.
They supply you with that, don't
yeah, they do. Yeah, if they want you to cover up, they'll supply you with the headscarf or something to wrap around your waist if you're wearing shorts. I've not felt the need to cover up just so we could go out at all. So yeah, Turkey is definitely worth visiting, and hopefully we will go back.
Yeah. So we hope you've enjoyed listening to our tips and advice. Like I say, that is for us, but hopefully it'll apply to some of you if you are visiting.
Yeah.
And we'll see you in the next video.
Thank you for watching. And don't forget, if you have liked this video, drop us a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing to our channel if you've not already done so. It costs you nothing, but it means everything to us.